Attention passionate San Francisco 49ers fans. Latest news, something big is happening in the NFC West and it could change the game. We're talking about a direct impact on San Francisco 49ers' path to another Super Bowl run, a power shift that could leave a division rival stumbling for years. We're bringing this to you firsthand. But before that, if you're a true San Francisco 49ers fan, subscribe to the channel to strengthen this passion even more. Show that you're also part of this family. Let's help each other reach 1,000 subscribers. Share with your friends and San Francisco 49ers fans. Let's get to the news now, folks. I hope you're as excited as I am because there's a lot to unpack today. The 49ers, as we all know, are always in the thick of things, always pushing to reach that elusive goal of another Super Bowl title. But this season, it looks like they're making some bold moves, and one of them is really catching everyone's attention: the potential signing of Michael Thomas. Yes, you heard that right. The former New Orleans Saints wide receiver, a guy who was once considered one of the most dynamic playmakers in the league, might be donning the red and gold very soon. And let me tell you, this isn't just a rumor. It's a move that could have significant implications for the 49ers offense, especially given the current state of their wide receiver room. You see, when we look at the 49ers roster this offseason, it's clear that they've faced some challenges at the wide receiver position. Brandon Ayuk, who was emerging as a top target last season, is currently dealing with injuries that could keep him out of the first few games. A torn ACL and MCL are no small injuries, and even with the best rehab, there's always a question mark about how quickly a player can return to his previous level of performance. And let's be honest, the 49ers need him healthy and firing on all cylinders if they want to keep pace in a division that's as competitive as ever. On top of that, Ricky Pearsall, another promising receiver, is starting training camp on the physically unable to perform list. That's a big blow, especially considering Pearsall's potential to step up and provide that depth the team desperately needs. And then there's Jennings, a guy who's been a reliable presence in the locker room and on the field. He's still waiting to see if the team will extend him or if a trade might be on the horizon. The 49ers know they need more depth, more reliability, and a bit of a spark at the wide receiver position. They've been active in the offseason, making moves to bolster their roster, but nothing quite as impactful as adding someone with Thomas's pedigree. Now, why Michael Thomas? Well, for starters, it's not just about filling a roster spot. It's about bringing in a player with a proven track record, someone who has been one of the league's premier receivers during his peak years. Before his injury-riddled seasons from 2020 to 2022, Thomas was unstoppable. 4 consecutive seasons with over 1,0 receiving yards, including a rookie year in 2016 where he made a huge splash. The problem was injuries, and those injuries really took a toll on his performance. The 2023 season was a bit of a comeback attempt, but he only managed 448 yards and a single touchdown. That's not quite what we're used to seeing from him, but after taking all of 2024 off, being released by the Saints, he's had time to heal, to get back to feeling like himself. And this is where it gets interesting. The 49ers are a team that's always looking for low-cost, high-reward opportunities. Signing someone like Thomas could be exactly that. He's experienced, understands the nuances of the game, and if he can get back to just a fraction of what he once was, he could provide the depth and reliability that Brock Purdy and the 49ers offense need. Especially as we look ahead to the season, with the team aiming for its 3rd Super Bowl appearance in 4 years, every piece matters. Let's talk a bit more about what Thomas could bring to the 49ers. The team's offense is built around a dynamic run game, innovative play calling, and a quarterback who's proving he can lead a team deep into the postseason. But wide receiver depth has been a concern for a while now, and with the injuries to Ayuk and Pearsall, the margin for error shrinks. Michael Thomas, even if he's not the player he was 5 years ago, still has the skill set to be a reliable target, especially in the slot, where he excelled during his prime. His route running, body control, and hands are still impressive, and in an offense that's creative enough to get him the ball in space, he could be a real asset. Plus, for Thomas personally, returning to California and playing in front of the home crowd could be a perfect way to cap off his career. He's from California, went to college at Ohio State, but playing in his home state again, That's a storybook ending for a player who's been through so much injury adversity. It's not just about football for him, it's about legacy, about finishing strong in front of the fans who have supported him since his college days. Now, there's always that question of how quickly a player coming off injuries can adapt to the NFL level again. The NFL is a brutal league, and recovery isn't just physical, it's mental. But the 49ers have proven over the years that they're not afraid to take calculated risks, especially when it comes to veteran players who can fill a need without breaking the bank. And with their depth chart still being a work in progress, adding Thomas could be a game changer, especially in critical situations down the stretch. Of course, this move isn't just about filling a roster spot. It's a strategic decision. The 49ers are always looking to maximize their window, and having a veteran presence like Thomas, even if he's not the same player he was in 2019, could provide leadership in the locker room. His experience, his knowledge of the game, and his desire to prove himself again could boost the entire team's morale. Plus, with the season approaching, every day of practice is crucial for chemistry, timing, and building that trust between quarterback and receivers. Thomas could help accelerate that process, especially as the team integrates new faces and adjusts to new schemes. Looking at the bigger picture, this signing could also be a signal that the 49ers are serious about making a deep playoff run. They've been contenders for several years now, but the league is evolving rapidly. Teams like the Eagles, Chiefs, and Bills keep raising the bar, and the 49ers know they need every advantage they can get. Adding a veteran like Michael Thomas isn't just about plugging a gap. It's about making a statement that they're willing to do whatever it takes to stay at the top. And let's not forget the NFC West. This division is always competitive and every season brings surprises. The Seahawks are building something special, the Rams are always lurking with new talent, and even the Cardinals, despite their rebuild, can't be underestimated. The 49ers are the reigning division champs, and they want to keep that title, but they also want to do more. They want to go back to the Super Bowl and finally get that second ring. So every move they make, every signing, every strategic decision is all about that goal. This potential signing of Michael Thomas could be a key piece in that puzzle. Imagine the matchup nightmares he could create in the slot, especially if he finds his rhythm early on. The 49ers' offense is already one of the most dynamic in the league, but adding a veteran like Thomas could make it nearly unstoppable, especially in critical third-down situations or in the red zone where his contested catch ability shines. And considering how the team's offense is designed, with Kyle Shanahan's creative play calling, they can maximize his strengths and get the most out of him, even if it's just for a season or two. As we all know, the NFL is a league of adjustments, and the 49ers are no strangers to that. They've built a roster that's versatile, resilient, and hungry. This offseason, they've faced some adversity, but that's just part of football. It's about how they respond, how they adapt, and how they seize opportunities when they come knocking. The potential addition of Michael Thomas isn't just a quick fix, it's a strategic move that could pay dividends in the long run. And now, San Francisco 49ers fans, I want to hear from you. What do you think about this potential signing? Do you believe Michael Thomas can return to his prime form and help lead the 49ers to another Super Bowl? Or do you think it's too risky considering his injury history? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Your opinion matters so much to us and to the San Francisco 49ers. I'll be back soon with more updates, more insights, and all the latest news from the team. So stay tuned, keep supporting your 49ers, and let's keep this passion alive. Because when it comes to the 49ers, we're all part of this family, and together we're aiming for greatness.